if you just take a look at it from a traditional sort of military point of view, that you have an enemy force, you have to attack that enemy force and defeat it, it could lead you to sort of a raiding approach to counterinsurgency. If I just understand the enemy's network, I know where the key nodes are, where the key leaders are, I can raid against those nodes, and then the enemy force can collapse. And this was reinforced in some measure by some of the defense thinking of the 1990s, this whole business of network-centric warfare and net war and knowledge dominance and so forth. So it could lead you to that approach, that kind of thinking. Now, it's an important capability in a counterinsurgency to go after the enemy's network, gain visibility of it, and attack it. But really, you're not going to win, because the key battleground in this war is the battleground of perception. And I think that's the second thing I'd say that we all learned very early, is that this is important. It's immensely important to clarify your own intentions, to counter the enemy's disinformation, and to help the Iraqi government and security forces bolster their legitimacy with their populations, so you can achieve sustainable security.
In order to create security, you're also going to need a lot of the people who were not political in the existing army that was standing at the time.
That's right. That's exactly
That's fundamental,
right.
isn't it?
It is fundamental, I think, and that was absolutely necessary. I mean, there were leaders with military expertise who were Baathists but did not prey on their own population, who did not commit crimes, who were generally nationalist in terms of their feelings and sentiments. And so many of those leaders have come back. I think we underestimated a couple of things. I think, first of all, we underestimated, the degree to which Iraqi society had been traumatized under Saddam, and how fragile the society was. And some of the authors have written about this, Ali Alawi, others, had been outside of the country for a while, and they recognized this when they came back to Iraq. They said, wow, the Baghdad of the 1970s and 80s was fundamentally different. Society had changed fundamentally. Saddam had essentially hollowed out his state. He had weakened social services, health care, especially education. And so this younger generation of Iraqis is undereducated. They're prone to the demagoguery of people like Zarqawi or Muqtada al-Sadr and the people around him. And so this is a difference in the society that wasn't apparent maybe at the beginning. The other thing is, once that hollowed out state collapsed, I think over time we assumed too much from the Iraqis. And I think in many ways we overestimated the capabilities of the Iraqi government, what they could do now, and therefore we're rushing the transition. And then we underestimated our enemies, their determination, and how they could shift their strategy over time.
Join us online at charlierose.com.